Okay, this is the summary of the opening mimer of Parshas Reeh. The Alter Rebbe quotes the opening pasuk, says Reeh anochi neslam pneichem hayom bracha uklalas habracha, and starts to analyze some of the specific wording. Why does it say lifneichem, before all of you, not lachem, to you? What does this mean that it's to the very essence? Why is it anochi? And so the Alter Rebbe starts to explain this idea that within every Jew, even the person whose behavior is the most wicked of behaviors, there is this essential connection and relationship with Hashem. And like the pasuk says, maskil le'esan hazrachi, there is this intellect, maskil le'esan. This is a reference to the future because etan is all of the prefix letters of the future, efal, yifal, tifal, nifal. These are all for the future. So it's a reference to the time of Mashiach, when that level of bittul will become evident and obvious, is granted within you the Ezrachi for the people who are intuitively godly, which is every Jew, even if he doesn't recognize it. What happens? We have a certain detachment. So the Alter Rebbe uses the name of Hashem, Yud-Kei Vav-Kei, like it says, Anochi Hashem, that's Yud-Kei Vav-Kei Elikecha. Yud-Kei Vav-Kei, of course, represents the loftiest level, which is, of course, why we can't pronounce it. It's not a word. It becomes Elikecha, your personal God. And we use the imagery of Yud-Kei Vav-Kei vertically, that goes from Yud to Hey to Vav to Hey. So the first Yud and Hey are sort of their own identity. Yud being the essential Nakuda, and Hey the development. Nakuda behechala. And then it's brought to Vav. Vav, with its vertical shape, suggests bringing it from the intellect to the character. And then dispersed through Vav 6, the 6 midas. And then the final Hey is where we put it into play through our action. So what happens during the time of Galus, where we often are caught up in Gashmias? So the Yud Hey becomes separated from the Vav Hey. This is the assurance that I granted to you, but in the time that will be revealed with Mashiach, that the total level of bittul that is contained within Yud and developed within Hey, within the Chachma, and even a level that is higher than Chachma, that is the whole motivation that even precedes the start of something that can be described intellectually, that then becomes developed in Bina, and then becomes transmitted through the Midas, and is expressed in the Hey of the manifestation. And this is that assurance that it will go from that level into our behavior in the time of Mashiach. Of course, this gets interrupted through Gashmis. And this is what we mean when we say, Amen, Yehei Shmei Rabba, why the Medrash says that when we make this declaration, Hashem nods along, because Amen and Yehei Shmei, Yehei, should be Shmei, that is the shame of Yud Kei, Rabba, Mavorach, Yomei, Omaya, the different levels of all of this concealment, all of this level of Olam, through all of that, will pierce through all of that, and will result in, and will penetrate down to our behaviors. And that's also indicated when we talk about that we have to circumcise the foreskin of our heart. We have to peel away all of the klipa that we allow to attach to our heart, and Hashem will circumcise the heart itself, not just the arla, but the heart itself, that is our innate limitations that we have allowed to corrode our identity, even the limitations of our natural state, which will be revealed with the revelation of godliness in the time of Mashiach. And this was what it means when it says, Re'eh, you should see, Anoichi, the very essence of my identity that is granted to you, and that is the bracha. The bracha is to be connected, which will be manifest most profoundly when Klipa is removed from the world in the time of the Gula.